Welcome to Capital Logic. Most people think they understand Tractor Supply Company, how catering exclusively to hobby farmers built a retail juggernaut. They don't. Today we are going beneath the surface to show you what's actually happening. If that kind of analysis is what you're looking for, like this video and subscribe now. Here's what the numbers really say. Tractor Supply Company, despite its name, built a multi-billion-dollar empire not by selling to professional farmers, but by catering to suburbanites with a few chickens and a garden. It's a counterintuitive success story, one that reveals a lot about understanding your true customer, even if they're not who you initially thought they were. Stay until the end. I'll break down 3 lessons from Tractor Supply Company's playbook you can apply to your business this week. If you want business breakdowns you can actually use, hit subscribe and the bell. Tractor Supply Company. The name itself conjures images of massive John Deere tractors, sprawling fields, and industrial-scale agriculture. But what if I told you that the company behind this name, a retail behemoth with record net sales of $14.2 billion in fiscal year 2023 and a market capitalization that surpassed $25 billion in early 2024, has built its empire on something entirely different? What if I told you that less than 20% of Tractor Supply sales are directly related to tractors? It's a disconnect that most people, even seasoned business analysts, completely miss. They see the name, they assume the business, and they overlook the truly ingenious strategy at play. Because while competitors like John Deere and AGCO are battling for the multi-million-dollar contracts of commercial farming, Tractor Supply was quietly, methodically, building a retail juggernaut by focusing on a customer base that almost everyone else dismissed as too small, too fragmented, or simply not worth the effort. This isn't a story about selling machinery to industrial farms, about selling chicken feed, pet supplies, fence posts, and garden tools to your neighbor down the road. It's about understanding the psychology of a specific type of customer so intimately that you become their indispensable partner in their unique way of life. And in doing so, Tractor Supply didn't just carve out a niche, they created a market, then absolutely dominated it. So, who is this customer? Tractor Supply calls them the life out here customer. And if you've ever driven outside a major city, you've seen them. They're the folks with a few acres, maybe some chickens, a couple of horses, a vegetable garden, and certainly a dog or two. They're not farming for profit on a massive scale. They're doing it for passion, for self-sufficiency, for a certain quality of life. They are, in essence, the hobby farmer. And Tractor Supply knows them inside and out. They know that the average TSCO customer lives on 10 acres of land, owns 2.5 pets, and spends over $400 annually at their stores. Think about that for a moment. 10 acres isn't a corporate farm, it's a homestead. 2.5 pets isn't just a cat and a dog. It might be a goat, some rabbits, or a whole flock of poultry. These aren't impulse buys. These are recurring, essential purchases for a lifestyle. This deep understanding of their customer demographic is precisely what allowed Tractor Supply to unlock what many initially considered a small, insignificant market. But it turns out this hobby farmer market is anything but small. It's estimated to be a $100 billion annual opportunity. $100 billion. That's a staggering figure for a segment that was largely ignored by big box retailers and traditional agricultural suppliers alike. Tractor Supply didn't just stumble into this. They meticulously cultivated it. In 2009, they launched their now iconic Life Out Here brand positioning, a direct appeal to this rural lifestyle customer. It wasn't about selling products. It was about selling a vision, a sense of belonging, and the tools to support it. They understood that these customers weren't just buying feed. They were investing in their animals' well-being. They weren't just buying hardware. They were building their dreams. This emotional connection, this recognition of their customers' values, became a powerful differentiator. But the story of Tractor Supply's rise isn't just about smart branding and niche targeting. It's also a testament to resilience and how unforeseen events can sometimes accelerate a well-laid strategy. Because while the Life Out Here ethos was always there, it found an unexpected tailwind in one of the most turbulent economic periods in recent memory. Think back to 2008. The financial crisis hit, the housing market collapsed, and the global economy teetered on the brink. For many retailers, it was a death knell. But for Tractor Supply, it was an unexpected boom. As urban centers struggled, a different kind of movement began to take hold. A surge in do-it-yourself homesteading. People, faced with economic uncertainty, began to look inward, to their own backyards, for self-sufficiency. They started growing their own food, raising their own animals, and investing in their property. Suddenly, the hobby farmer wasn't just a niche. It was a growing demographic, driven by necessity and a renewed desire for control. Tractor Supply, with its existing infrastructure of over 2,200 stores strategically located outside major urban centers, was perfectly positioned to capitalize on this shift. They saw a surge in sales during the financial crisis, proving their market relevance and the inherent resilience of their customer base. While others were retracting, Tractor Supply was expanding, solidifying its position as the go-to destination for everything related to the life out here. They weren't selling luxuries. They were selling essentials for a burgeoning lifestyle. And this crisis, far from hindering them, simply reinforced the wisdom of their counterintuitive strategy. It showed that when times get tough, people don't abandon their animals or their gardens. In fact, they often lean into them even more. This period wasn't just about increased sales. It was about cementing loyalty. Customers who discovered Tractor Supply during the crisis, seeking feed for their new chickens or supplies for their victory gardens, found a welcoming environment, knowledgeable staff, and a product assortment tailored precisely to their needs. They found a community, and that community, once built, proved incredibly sticky. The question then became, how do you sustain that momentum? How do you keep those customers coming back, not just for necessities, but for everything they need to live their life out here? But Tractor Supply's story isn't just about finding an underserved niche. It's about relentlessly owning that niche, expanding its definition, and building an ecosystem around it. Because while the core strategy was brilliant, the execution required constant evolution, diversification, and a deep understanding of their customers' changing needs. Think about it. Once you've cornered the market on feed and fencing, where do you go next? For Tractor Supply, the answer was clear: further into the lives of their life out here customers. This meant looking beyond the barn itself, into their homes, their pets, and their digital habits. Product assortment tailored precisely to their needs. They found a community. Take pet food, for instance. It's a massive market and a natural fit for customers who own 2.5 pets on average. Instead of just stocking other brands, Tractor Supply developed its own 4Health pet food. This wasn't just a private label. It was a premium, health-focused brand designed to compete with the big names, but at a more accessible price point for their demographic. And it worked. By 2022, 4Health alone had generated over $1 billion in sales. That's not just a product line. That's a significant revenue stream built from scratch that reinforces customer loyalty and provides better margins. They also weren't afraid to acquire. In 2016, they bought PetSense, a specialty pet retailer, further deepening their expertise and market share in the pet category. Then, in 2022, they made another strategic move, acquiring Auschland Farm and Home for approximately $320 million, adding another 166 stores and solidifying their dominant position in the rural lifestyle market. These weren't just random acquisitions. They were calculated moves to expand their footprint and product offering within their defined niche, rather than straying from it. And while you might think of rural customers as less digitally inclined, Tractor Supply understood that convenience transcends demographics. They invested heavily in their digital presence, recognizing that even if you live miles from a store, you still want to research products, check inventory, and streamline your shopping experience. Their buy online, pick up in store, BOPS, service became a massive success, accounting for over 70% of their e-commerce sales in Q4 2023. This isn't just a digital feature, it's a strategic leveraging of their physical footprint. It allows customers to browse from home, ensure availability, and then make the trip to the store, often picking up additional items once they're there. It's a seamless blend of online convenience and a tangible, community-focused in-store experience. Their digital sales grew by 10.3% in 2023, showcasing the power of this integrated approach. But the real magic, the true competitive moat Tractor Supply built, lies in something far more fundamental than product lines or digital features. It's in their relationship with the customer. This brings us to the Neighbors Club phenomenon. This isn't just another loyalty program. It's the heartbeat of Tractor Supply's customer engagement strategy. With over 32 million members as of Q4 2023, the Neighbors Club represents approximately 75% of total sales. Think about that for a moment. 3/4 of their revenue comes from customers who have explicitly opted into a relationship with the brand. This isn't just about discounts, it's about building a community. The average Tractor Supply customer visits the store an astonishing 12 to 15 times per year. That's more than once a month. Why? Because their needs are recurring: animal feed, pet supplies, seasonal gardening items, maintenance products for their property. The Neighbors Club leverages this frequency, offering personalized promotions, early access to sales, and exclusive content. But it also does something more profound. It provides Tractor Supply with an invaluable data moat. They know what their customers buy, when they buy it, and what they're interested in. This data informs everything from inventory management and store layouts to personalized marketing campaigns. Beyond the transactional, the Neighbors Club fosters a sense of belonging. Tractor Supply hosts over 10,000 community events annually, from pet adoption days to gardening workshops. These events aren't just marketing stunts. They're genuine opportunities for customers to connect with each other and with the brand. The pet wash stations in over 1,000 stores, the Tractor Supply TV with how-to videos, the Go Local initiative empowering store managers to tailor 15 to 20% of inventory to regional needs, to these all contribute to a feeling that Tractor Supply isn't just a store, it's a resource, a trusted neighbor. This deep connection translates directly into loyalty, making their customers incredibly sticky. When you're buying feed for your animals every few weeks, you're not just looking for the cheapest option. You're looking for reliability, expertise, and convenience. Tractor Supply delivers all three, wrapped in a community experience. Of course, none of this would be possible without a robust operational backbone. As Tractor Supply grew, so did the complexity of its supply chain and store operations. Recognizing the need to modernize and future-proof their business, they embarked on a multi-year, multi-million-dollar initiative called Project Fusion. This wasn't a minor tweak. It was a fundamental overhaul. In 2021, they invested $250 million into Project Fusion, specifically targeting supply chain modernization, inventory visibility, and last-mile delivery capabilities. Imagine managing over 15,000 SKUs across 2,200 stores, many in rural locations. It's a logistical nightmare if not managed precisely. Project Fusion aimed to streamline this, ensuring that the right products were in the right stores at the right time, minimizing out-of-stocks, and maximizing freshness for perishable goods like feed. Their stock-to-truck model, with frequent, smaller deliveries tailored to local demand, is a direct result of this focus, ensuring efficiency and reducing waste. But Project Fusion wasn't just about the back end. It also focused on enhancing the customer experience in store. This included rolling out new point-of-sale systems to over 1,800 stores by 2023, improving checkout efficiency and data capture. It also involved optimizing store layouts, making them easier to navigate and enhancing product adjacencies. The side lot strategy, where larger items like fencing and utility trailers are displayed outdoors, maximizes selling space and reinforces that rural hardware store aesthetic. Project Fusion is a testament to Tractor Supply's commitment to continuous improvement. It's about investing in the infrastructure necessary to support their unique retail model and sustain their growth. It's about ensuring that as they expand, they don't lose the operational efficiency and customer focus that got them there in the first place. This relentless focus on their niche, this strategic diversification, this cultivation of deep customer loyalty, and this commitment to operational excellence, it all culminated in a record-breaking $14.2 billion in net sales in fiscal year 2023, with their market capitalization surpassing $25 billion in early 2024. Tractor Supply didn't just find a gap. They built an entire world around it. But what exactly can you learn from this seemingly simple, yet profoundly successful, retail strategy? Now here are 3 lessons from Tractor Supply Company's playbook you can apply to your own business. Project Fusion is a testament to Tractor Supply's commitment to continuous improvement. Lesson 1. Niche focus creates market dominance. Identify an underserved customer segment and tailor your offerings specifically to their unique needs and lifestyle. Tractor Supply didn't try to be Walmart. They honed in on the rural lifestyle customer, understanding their specific demands for everything from animal feed to fencing. This deep understanding allowed them to become the undisputed leader in their chosen market. Lesson 2. Community engagement builds lasting loyalty. Host events and provide resources that foster a sense of belonging and add value beyond just transactions for your customers. Think about Tractor Supply's PetSense stores or their regular clinics on animal care and gardening. They're not just selling products. They're building a hub where like-minded individuals can connect, learn, and feel understood. That's how you cultivate a truly devoted customer base. Lesson 3. Integrate digital with physical assets. Leverage your physical presence, your stores, to enhance online experiences like offering buy online, pick up in store for customer convenience and efficiency. Tractor Supply masterfully uses its extensive store network to support its e-commerce, making it easy for customers to order bulky items online and pick them up locally, or even have them delivered from a nearby store. This seamless blend of channels removes friction and significantly improves the customer journey. If you want more business breakdowns, you can actually use Subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Now you know what most people never bother to find out about Tractor Supply Company. How catering exclusively to hobby farmers built a retail juggernaut. The question is what you do with that knowledge. Subscribe to Capital Logic for more breakdowns like this one, and hit the notification bell so you catch every episode. The next case study drops soon.